Hello everyone, and welcome back to Niche. This is Nate Corin, and we're going to go ahead and jump right in before I start uselessly talking. Alright, so, if you remember from last time, Vannuro was made king as his father passed away along with his mother. I'm pretty sure this is where Adam was, and this is where Eve was. This is their last child, Talalara. She's a little bit confused that she was born and almost immediately afterwards her mother and father passed away, but fortunately for her, she has all of her siblings here to watch after her. So, Vannuro was a little bit displeased with his mother and father's administration techniques, so as his first order of business, he wants to go ahead and make sure that all of his brothers and sisters and children are correctly ranked. So he's actually going around and making sure that everyone is ranked properly for their genetics and has the correct gems to display for that. So, yeah. So he's pretty much decided that anything that 3 bad genes or greater constitutes not being allowed to breed. So Van only has 2 bad genes. He has the no paw and he has the blind eyes. So his king has decided that it's okay for him to breed and that his title is accurate. So his gems are changed and he now both physically and symbolically manifests as a prince of the royal line who is allowed to breed. So ooh man, that's a big name there. Van. You know, actually we're gonna take off the second Von and he's just gonna be Rovan. So Rovan only has 2 negative genes, so his title is accurate. And he's gaining his gems for that. Kuta, definitely accurate. He only has the hemophilia. So Kuta keeps his title. New Israra, he's definitely still accepting of that title, as it was mostly his decision that he would no longer breed with Israra. Nuduk, he's good. Alright, let's see. Narara. Yeah, she has 1, 2, 3 bad genes, so she is in an accurate position. It looks like, oh, nope, we've got to fix Namimi. 1, 2, 3, 4 bad genes, definitely a correct ranking. Alright, so it looks like everyone has accurate gems, well, except Kuta. 1 bad gene, 2 bad genes, accurate title. Alright, so it looks like everyone has been checked out on their gems. Well, actually, no, because why can I not click on her? My clicking is not, okay, I'm sorry, I don't know what was going on there. Okay, Talarara, so yeah, she's gonna go ahead and get that first orange gem. Alright, so I think Vannuro is still pretty saddened to continue to see his father and mother's bones just sitting around on this island, so he's hoping that they can wrap up exploring the rest of their island and go ahead and move on to the spacious garden island. So we're gonna see if we can clear up the rest of this island and gather up some berries and such. Oh, well, he can only cut things, so he won't be collecting any berries. Let's see, Tarok here. Go ahead and clear out some of this grass. Gather up some more berries. Kill the bunny. cut the grass, kill the bunny. And unfortunately for many of these not-titled creatures, they probably aren't even going to be allowed to accompany them to the island. That's probably going to be Vannuro's decision on that matter. Unfortunately for Namimi, New Israra, and whoever else has had the Na title bestowed upon them. Oh yeah, Narara. They're all probably going to end up left behind when we move on to the next island. So that's pretty unfortunate for them, but Vannuro is very set on continuing his father's legacy. He's not very much like what he was when he was a kid, when he felt like he kind of didn't want the responsibility. He's kind of changed a lot since then, and he really feels like he needs to be responsible and carry out his father's dying wishes and everything like that. So he's going to be probably a lot more strict than his father was as a ruler. So that's probably pretty unfortunate for our clan here, but I think they're just gonna have to get over it because they know that their brother is their ruler, and there's not really much they can do about it. No more berries left to gather, I guess. So, yeah, he's definitely trying to concentrate all of his siblings on exploring this new area over here so they can make sure there aren't any creatures they could ask to join their tribe before they depart. And definitely, we kind of want this all lit up, so while they're exploring. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I went ahead and sent Takuta over here. Speaking of Takuta, there are still 2 Takutas, and we have to fix that. So, let's see. Takuta and Takuta. I think I'm gonna go ahead and rename... Yeah, I'm gonna rename this one because I just don't like the way he looks. So, he's the one who's gonna be getting a name change. I think I'm gonna just change it a little bit, and I think I'm gonna name him... You know, why not? I've been thinking about the Wizard of Oz a lot, so I think we're gonna name him Ta Toto. Why not? So here's Ta Toto. We're gonna go ahead and change his name real quick. Ta Toto. There we go. So he's been renamed, and with that new name, we're gonna go ahead and proceed into the next day. So, Ta Rovan still has accurate gems and everything, but Ta Lalara has grown up a little bit and is now going to be bestowed with her 2nd gem. Tororo. Oh, I'm sorry, Taroro. Well, the only thing wrong with Taroro is his spit snout. So, his father isn't quite ready to go ahead and make him an heir or anything like that, but he's definitely not going to deprive him of his breeding rights. We're actually not going to change his name really at all. We're just gonna go ahead and put a hyphen in there between the Ta and the Roro, because I don't feel like having Ta to Roro. It just seems odd, so we're gonna have Ta Roro. I'm starting to get concerned about food because we have so many creatures here that we can't really keep up with their everything they're doing here. We're gonna go ahead and, despite the fact that we're kind of overflowing with creatures, we're gonna go ahead and have Vannuro have another child. Hopefully this time he'll get lucky and not have to deal with any spit snout issues, but I don't know, we'll see what happens. So it looks like Vannuro is definitely going to be able to see us leaving the island here during his rule, which is good because it just saddens him to be here on this island where his mother and father died. It just upsets him a little. He's not really very happy staying here. So we're definitely going to see if we can gather up all these berries because we aren't really in a position where we can afford to start starving our creatures. Oh, speaking of starving, I don't know what made me think about this, but we definitely want to make sure that we make Vannuro an alpha. Oh, we already did that. I was a little concerned that I forgot to do that last time, but Anana is also going to receive the alpha ranking. I'm just a little concerned that I have some meat that's gonna spoil over there, so that's what I was doing there. We definitely can gather up some berries. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I will be able to get new Israra over to this berry bush this turn, but perhaps next turn. Pretty sure all these other berry bushes are depleted, but oh, that was not what I meant to do. That's okay. Well, yeah, it doesn't look like there will be any more food gathering this turn. So, yeah. I guess, despite the fact that we're kind of losing Takukir's moves here, there's not really much we can do with them, so we're going to go ahead and proceed to the next turn. Is there any risk of no paw with these two? No, just digger paw, which is kind of not super useful. So we have digger paw. We have 2 runner legs. So yeah, the only concern is the bad eyesight and the spit snout. So actually, I'm gonna go ahead and just leave the venom fangs in there because I still think that would be more useful than Big Nose. I know Big Nose has smelling, but it would just be nice to get just one creature with poison fangs on it. So we're gonna go ahead and leave the mutations as they are. I am gonna click on that so I can get rid of that green there. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on. Ooh, the mole came back. So we did get a beautiful son with... There's nothing wrong with him except for his short-sighted eyes. I was kind of hoping that wasn't going to happen, and I think so was Vannuro. He was hoping that none of the bad genetics of his beautiful mate would be passed on to his heir. So I think, despite the fact that Kirkir is a son and could be the heir, I think he's still going to go ahead and give him the Ta title because he doesn't feel like he's good enough to be the heir. So Takuta has finally come of age, so he's receiving his 3rd and final gem, and so has Tavanvan. Taroro obviously has become a little bit older and is receiving his blue gem, signifying that he is a royal member of the tribe. I don't think anyone else is... Oh, wait. Nope. There's one more. Nope. Yeah. Okay. No one else is in need of a new... That's not true. Kirvanku needed a new gem as he has matured a little bit more. He's going to go ahead and dig up that root. We're going to gather up some more berries. And I think after this turn of... What the heck? Of gathering... Sorry. I thought I was hitting the bunny, not whatever else I hit there. So, once we gather up a little bit more of this food, I think we're going to go ahead and proceed to the next turn and over to the beautiful garden island over so we're definitely going to have everybody start migrating over that way for the Great Migration towards the new island. I'm actually going to have him go ahead and get out of the way there so that we can pack everybody on there. Yeah, Takukir is definitely coming. I'm actually going to pop into the family tree here real quick to see who is going to be allowed to come and who isn't. Obviously, Na Mimi, Na Rara, and New Israra are all going to be staying here because they just, since they're not going to be allowed to breed and all of that, they, there's just no reason to bring them. So that knocks us down 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so we have one too many creatures, even taking into account the fact that all of these News are not coming with us. News and Nas. So, anybody here particularly unhealthy or not useful? You know, I think we're actually going to leave New Israra's son that doesn't have, that has the immunity C, which we have in some of these other grandchildren here. We're actually going to, yeah, we're going to leave. I really hate to leave him behind. He's so pretty, but we have to leave someone, and he has the hemophilia. He doesn't have any useful immunity genes, so there's really no reason to bring him. So yeah, it looks like Tavanta and the 3 in suffix females are all going to be left here on this original island to tend to Adam and Eve's bones. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna say. We're gonna say that they're being left behind because they can't breed, and someone has to stay behind to look after the grounds where Adam and Eve met their demise. So, yeah, that's just unfortunately how this is gonna have to go. So, we'll have oh, well, that's not really what I meant to do, but yeah, we'll have her sit here by this berry bush so that I can remember that she's not coming with us. And Ta Nuduk, we're gonna go ahead and have him kind of start migrating that direction towards the transportation pad. Just along with everyone else. So King Vannuro, feeling pleased with the exploration efforts, is going to go ahead and scoot his way over to the transportation area. Oh, did I? No, I didn't put her in the water. Okay. I was a little concerned there for a second. Oh, I can't do that here because it's not a lake, it's an ocean. Oops. Okay. So, yeah, Ra Anana is also going to go ahead and start moving over towards the transportation pad there. Towards the land bridge. Yeah, I just want to make sure I leave enough of these guys over here so that we can have people still gathering food as we are migrating, because we definitely don't want to be caught in a position where we are moving islands without a food source, because that definitely would put us in a predicament that I definitely don't want to be in. Who was it? I decided, yeah, it was Tavanta who was going to leave. I'm actually going to go ahead and change his name so that I don't forget that he's not coming. I'm also going to give him 3 red gems to indicate that as well. Actually, he'll keep his title. I'll just give him the red gems so I know that he's not coming. Along with Narara, New Israra, and who was the last one that I... there was a Na somewhere. Oh, it was Na Mimi, who I tried to have jump onto the transportation pad and take someone's spot to the new island. So there's not really anything else to do this turn, so we're gonna go ahead and scoot to the next one. You know, I think before we go ahead and move over to the next island, I'm actually going to conclude this episode after we finish up this turn, because we're not going to be able to fully transport everyone until next turn, because there's just too many creatures, and too many of them started out too far away. So we're gonna conclude. I didn't mean to do that. We're gonna conclude the episode before we actually go ahead and get everyone over to the new island. Oh, Ta Rovan has come of age and received his third and final gem, and he has gone ahead and gotten himself onto the transportation pad, because he definitely does not want his family to leave him behind. That would be a little tragic if his family left him behind here. That would be rude of them. Okay, we definitely, I just, you know, for symbolic purposes, I do want Vannuro to be the one to lead the migration and step onto this travel pad. Oh, Ta Kirvanku has also come of age and needs his third gem. So we're gonna gather up some of those berries. We'll have Von. Well, we're not migrating this turn anyway, so I'll go ahead and have him gather some more berries. And same with Toto. Actually, I'm gonna have him gather up 2 berries. Or gather berries twice, excuse me. New Azrara's gonna go over there and gather up some berries, and apparently I missed one of her gems, so I would be able to know that she wasn't coming with us. I'll have her apparently not gather because I made a mistake. Okay, come on, let me click, please. There we go. Okay. Ta Sirocco is gonna go ahead and gather up some more berries. Definitely do not want to run out of food while we're migrating. So, with the migration coming towards its rapidly approaching, and Vannuro rather pleased with the still rather high food supplies, we're gonna go ahead and skip on out of here and conclude this episode. So this has been Nacorn. Thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Thank you.